Where did this obsession of winning come from?
Hating to lose.
How did this come up?
For me, it ended up becoming preparation, right? Like preparation is everything. If you're not prepared, then you're going to get second, or you're going to get third, or you're going to get last, right? Because there's always somebody that is overly prepared or more prepared than you are, no matter what. So for me, I just became that person. If I'm not taking the opportunity that I have, then somebody else is going to take that opportunity away from me. And I want the opportunity to be mine. So for me, it was, I think it was all about control. What can you control? I can control not getting sick by taking care of my body, right? So I think naturally over time, I learned how to take care of my body. Because I think then after that, it was like, I went on a 6-year stretch where I didn't miss a single day. And a lot of people say why, and I say why not, right? There's no blueprint on how to win 8 gold medals. There's no blueprint on how to break 39 world records. There's no blueprint on how to win 23 Olympic gold medals. The only thing you can do is trial and error. And for me, I would say I became obsessed, but I think it's that fine line between obsession and passionate that I always started with. And I was overly passionate about trying to be the absolute best. For me, at such a young age, I had a goal of doing something that no one has ever done in the sport, and also changing the sport and taking it to a new level. So there wasn't going to be anybody that was going to stand in my way of doing that. I looked up to Michael Jordan and what he did, on the court or on the basketball court, and no matter what he was going through physically, mentally, personally, when he was out there performing, he left every single ounce on the basketball court. There was just no excuses, right? So for me, every single day is an opportunity to get better, no matter how yesterday went. If you had a bad day yesterday, today is a different day, period. That's it. You can't live in the past and you can't live in the future. The only thing you can do is live in the present. Everybody has a different mind, and everybody is able to handle or control as much as they can. I mean, people doubted me in the swimming pool too. And honestly, for me, again, it was a form of motivation. That was it. If somebody wants to doubt me, I've been on this kick lately where I've just been firing off quotes on Instagram, just on my story, just ripping quotes off that just hit me in the morning. I mean, my favorite quote is actions speak louder than words. That's one of my all-time favorite hands down quotes, because it's true. You can say whatever you want, but if your actions don't back up those words, then all it is just a bold-faced lie. So, for me, throughout my career, I wanted to, break this world record, win this gold medal, whatever it was. And I knew that there had to be a process on how to get there, right? I can't just say it and snap my fingers. There had to be, every single day, little baby things that were stacked on top of each other, and little baby steps that were heading towards that goal. And if I was taking steps backwards, then I'm just cheating myself. If you allow yourself to become vulnerable, then you allow yourself to grow, and you allow yourself to change. And sometimes change isn't always bad, right? So that if I'm not doing those every day, then I'm not being the best me. I guess I agree to disagree with this comment then, because I think if you have your routines and you stick with your routines, then you're going to be the best version of you, and you'll learn more about yourself. But if you do compartmentalize and shove the things down, they're only going to come back stronger and harder. You yourself can only do so much, right? So it's if you can't learn from others or others that have come before you, then you're just never going to grow. And again, it was always back to that goal of wanting to change the sport and take the sport to a different level. And
we're talking about Ian Thorpe. He also said it's very highly unlikely that you will win 8 golds.
Excuse me, if a friend of mine and a competitor of mine is telling reporters that it's not possible to win 8 gold medals, guess what? I'll have the last laugh. Thorpe's a great friend of mine, always has been. But even after that, and then after 2016 in Rio, because he said no one over the age of 30 will win an Olympic gold medal. He sent me a text. right after, and I was giving him shit for it, and he was like, dude, he's like, I know how your mind works. I was just giving you a little extra motivation. But no, I always like proving people wrong, especially if they doubt something that I think is possible. I think one thing my coach took out of my vocabulary was the word can't. Because if you say you can't do something, you can't. Your mind has already made it up for you. Like you made that choice, right? Don't do it. Don't think about it anymore. Don't think about whatever that was. Move on from it. Because it's going to be exponentially harder since you told yourself you can't, right? So it's such a negative word. So we removed it from my vocabulary. And for me, I just believe that whatever I did, whatever I dreamt of was possible based off of the actions that I did, right? It's back to that quote, actions speak louder than words, right? What you do every single day, how you show up, when you show up, it matters. And it's gonna matter at the most important time. Naturally as a kid, if you learn that you get good or you start getting faster, you kind of think, how fast can I get? And that's kind of what I did. Like from the start into the end of my career, I was kind of like, all right, how much faster can I get? Can I drop a second? Can I drop a half a second? Can I drop 2/10? Like, what is the maximum potential that I have inside of me? And how can I challenge myself in different ways? Swimming for me, I would scream underwater. You can't hear me. So, we taught them this thing called a lion breath, where you take a deep breath and you roar like a lion. And you scream as loud as you can. And again, the younger one doesn't scream that much, but the 3 older ones, it's a lot of noise. But it's, again, we find once they're able to do that, their shoulders drop a little bit and they're able to have that conversation of what big feelings, emotions they're going through inside instead of carrying them along through life. I learned the importance of the small technical points that you have to have in order to be able to go wherever you want to go, right? It's almost like a college level class. You can't take the 1,000 level class without taking the 1 through 9, right? So there's a process through it all. And he taught me that process throughout my career. And we were able just to sharpen up those tools, right? That's really all it became. Because, throughout my career, we ended up just trying to shave off hundredths of a second. How do you shave off 5 100ths of a second? Is it a turn? Is it a kick? Is it a streamline? What is it? Is it dive angle? How do we do it, right? So it's trial and error. But it all started from those years when we first started working together. Whether it was mindset, whether it was goal setting, whether it was preparation, routines, that's where stretching came into play, all that stuff to just get your body prepared. My warm-ups were the same at every single meet from the time that I was 13 or 14 till the time I retired. It didn't change. 8-6-4-2 or 6-4-4-2, every single warm-up. The biggest thing I learned from that moment is just understanding what needs to take place at the most pressured moment. Right? For me, I've gone to the Olympic trials, but I never experienced what an Olympic Games was, what a swim meet on different soil feels like. I miss. I loved competing. I loved racing more than anything on the planet. A chance for me to get up versus the rest of the world or versus my teammates, my competitors in the US, and have a chance to show who is the best? Yes, every single time. Because naturally, I'll always go to that next level because I don't like to lose. So getting 5th, it was terrible. It sucked. But again, I truly believe had I got a medal, 2004 might have been different, right? Me falling short of a goal there probably gave me more motivation to rip into that next 4 years to make sure I don't have that feeling again. I don't have that sadness or that disappointment again. It took me a lot to make the Olympic team, but still, getting there again, you got to wait 4 years. I don't want to wait another 4 years. So again, I want everything to be perfect when I have that chance. It's awful, but That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not prepared, somebody else is, especially at that level, right? Because people do obsess, right? And winning a gold medal, it's what? To win a gold medal, it's less than 1% of 1%. The only thing I could do was what was in my control, and that was try to win the race with what was at hand. I knew I was the most prepared person there. I just had to worry about my stroke. I had to worry about counting my strokes. That's all I did. 16, 17, 18, and then bang, 19, 20, ripped off, and I was 151.5. I should have been 150 point. Should have been 150 for sure. I remember my losses more than I remember my victories. Because the feeling of defeat, I never wanted to have again. Right? Because it feels like shit when you lose. It feels like shit when you fail. It doesn't feel fun, right? So for me, I looked at it as if I failed, it was my fault. Because I didn't prepare. I didn't take the time to focus on the small details that are going to help me down the road. So those defeats motivate me even more to never have that happen again. I think it's like you ask the greats or the GOATs of all sports or probably all walks of life, and I think they'll say they hate losing more than they enjoy winning. It's just the feeling of defeat. Like I don't like it. It's just something I don't enjoy, and if there's something in my control, in my power to make sure that I have a chance at least to succeed, then that's what I'm gonna do. And if I fail, and I fail because that person is more prepared than me, then so be it. But I'm not gonna show up unprepared, right? Like it's not who I am. I've been doing those since I was 8 years old, 7 years old. I've done that my whole life, so it's just a part of what I needed to do in order to get as prepared as I can be. And if what I'm doing is messing up them, it's not my problem. It's not my fault, right? Like I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of me, and I'm focusing on what I need in that moment. I don't give a shit about my competitors in that moment. I could care. Why? Why would I care about them? Right? Like I'm trying to beat them. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care anything about them. When I'm on the pool deck, it is a full-blown war. I want to absolutely destroy somebody.
Was there anyone you secretly feared as a competitor?
Feared?
Yeah.
No. I beat everybody. I'm like a dog trying to get out of the cage. Just let me out of the cage. Like I'm just, no. I'm like, again, I'm the shark in the water. If I smell the smallest ounce of blood, I'm going to destroy you. And I mean, like you can tell people who are nervous being in the ready rooms too. It's obvious. Like that's why I always have my headset on. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to listen to my beats, listen to my like the lyrics or whoever I'm listening to at that moment, just to put me in the moment, to put me in the zone. I mean, I think one of the things that I really live by is dream, plan, reach, right? Like we all have a dream with something that we're trying to accomplish. And if you don't have a plan that goes along with that dream, then you're going to be lost, right? And then honestly, it's just reaching for it. Look, like, was I afraid to drop all of my other sports and just focus on swimming? Of course. But I also was able to learn that it was the best decision for me, right? Like I found something that I love, I enjoyed, and that I was pretty good at, So I think it's really just keeping it as simple as you possibly can, right? Like what is your goal? And figure out the smallest little details that you need to get there, to reach, to just have a chance to get there, right? I think that's the biggest thing is people want a chance to do something, but if you're not doing the things that it takes to give yourself a chance, then all it is words, right? It's back to that actions speak louder than words thing. I think it's just what you do, holding yourself accountable for things. But again, it's what can you do right now? It's not yesterday, it's not tomorrow, it's right now. It's trying to simplify every little small detail. Like, again, like I say this 100 times, like my career wasn't rocket science. It was just a lot of small things that were done well over time. And that's it. Like, don't have an excuse. If you didn't want to do it, say you didn't want to do it. Then if you didn't want to do it, then your goals didn't matter, right? If your goals are something that matter to you, you'll never have an excuse, period. Like for me, like you asked me, yeah, there were days where I wanted to hit snooze and not get out of bed. But those goals were important to me. That's what pushed me. It's the same thing now. Like, how can I give my kids the best chance to succeed in this world? What does that look like? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I'm trying to figure it out, right? Like for me, that's all I think about. It's all my wife and I think about every day. Is how can we be the best parents to give them the best life to succeed however they want, whether that's in the pool, whether it's in a classroom, I don't care, right? I just want them to be the best version of themselves. So it's, what do you do every single day? What are your daily habits and what are your daily routines that prove that you are trying to be successful and you are trying to be great? Because if your habits aren't aligned with those things, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out what you're doing and who you are, or your goals need to change. I don't know if that answers the question, but it's just like, you know, like I always hear people, like, whether it's a weight loss goal or this, that, or the other, like, oh, I really want to do this. And you're like, whoa, what have you been doing? Nothing. I've been meaning to do this, or I've been meaning to do this. No, just go do it, right? Like literally just go out and do it. Like I didn't want to go into the gym today. My head just wasn't great this morning, whatever. But I went in and I got done and I was like, whew. Like I feel different, right? Like you feel different when you set your mind to something. Like I got in the gym this morning, I was like, this is gonna suck. And I was like, I'm gonna put my music on, I'm gonna put McAfee on TV, I'm gonna stretch. And by the time I stretched, I was excited and I was ready to try to get stronger. 20 minutes, 30 minutes before that, I didn't even want to come into the gym, right? So it's just, it's crazy to me that if you try to, or if you force yourself to do something that you don't want to when it's uncomfortable, how quick your mind and body comes back around and you're not in that shitty mood or depressed mood or unhappy mood. Like for me, like that's why I work out still every day. Because if I don't, then I'm not giving myself the best chance physically and mentally. Because for me, for 25 years of my life, I swam damn near every day, right? So some form of exercise. So that's what I have to do now. For me to be the best version of me, there's no excuses. I have to get in there for an hour, hour and a half plus, no matter what, no matter how I feel. Tomorrow I'm gonna be sore as hell from the weights today, but you know what? If I get through tomorrow, the next day is going to be even better. And then I am going to build muscle and I am going to get stronger, right? It's that process of it. It's the process of things that I think people don't like or skip or give up after they're a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks into it. Trust it. It takes 30 days to create a habit. It takes 30 days to get rid of a habit. For me, throughout my career, I would do different habits. So when I'm in the pool, I would learn and create different habits for strokes or repetitions or streamline or kickouts or this, that, and the other. So naturally, after a 30-day period, it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. It's a part of who you are, right? So it's, I don't know. I guess the easiest way to say things is simplify it, right? Like break your goals down in the smallest terms, smallest things, and take a little bite out of each part. If you try to conquer everything at once, you're just gonna fail and spin, and it won't be good. Hitting the wall, breaking a world record, how the race doesn't, or, you know, yeah, I mean, like the perfect scenario, like no matter what it is, are you going in for a work pitch and you're trying to get your company to, or you're trying to get another company to sign your company? Yeah, then it's a home run. Like the, you know, how like the perfect video is your vision of it going perfectly how you want it to, how you dream it to be. How you don't want it to go is you get touched out by 100th of a second because you screwed up a wall. All of those, yeah. I mean, it's another form of preparation, because I feel like if you get into a situation that you're not prepared for or you haven't thought of, then you're not able to be your best self. Yeah. So I guess in a long way of saying it, it's controlling the controllables. You know, like controlling the controllables is something that a dear friend of mine, Greg Harden, taught me back in 2004. And it's really just such an easy quote and a powerful quote, because you can really relate it to so many things in life, right? Like if I'm thirsty, right? You saw my water just explode because I was trying to break the ice. So I'm gonna have a drink of water, right? Like if I'm tired, I'm gonna go take a nap, or I'm gonna go to bed earlier tonight than I did last night. It's literally that simple. What do you need to get ready for a meeting? X, Y, and Z. You have a list. Do those 3 things. If you don't do those 3 things, you're not fully prepared. You're going to go to that meeting and you're going to be like, oh shit, I wish I would have done that. Well, tough break because you didn't, right? So, and if you don't learn from doing it that way to get ready for the next time, then what are you doing? Right? So it's different ways to look at preparation. And for me, again, like I became obsessed with it because I wanted to have the opportunity to be great. I didn't want anybody else to take that opportunity from me. I wanted to earn it. So I prepared and I worked harder than anybody else did.